Hi, welcome to Sociology 383. My name is Elizabeth Larson. I'll be your instructor this semester, and I made this video so that you can get to know me a little better, and I look forward to getting to know the rest of you a little better over this semester. So first things first, I live with my family in Pleasant Grove, Utah. That's in Utah County, north of Provo, about 15 minutes. My husband, Garrett, is a mechanical engineer. He currently works for a company that does cloud software. He's their hardware guy for that. We have 3 children. My oldest, Miles, is 13 years old, and yes, as you can tell from the picture, he's almost taller than me any day now, I'm pretty sure. He loves bouldering, he loves computers, he loves escape rooms. He and his friends are making a movie right now that is still in the planning phases, but all their Christmas presents were related, either props or equipment. So I'm very excited to see this. Our daughter Molly is 10. She's in the 5th grade. She loves being with her friends. She loves art of all sorts. She loves singing. She loves dancing. She's got a lot of very fun energy. And then our youngest, Elliot, is almost 8 years old. His birthday's at the end of the month, and he's very excited to get baptized. He loves doing science and engineering experiments. He loves stuffed animals, and he's a very cuddly little boy. Together, our family likes to go on just little adventures around town, to go to museums, to go to events, to try new restaurants. We like to play board games together. During the summer, we really like to go hiking together. Um, and yeah, I love my family. They are fantastic, and I love that I have a job that lets me still spend a lot of time with them. I have some hobbies of my own as well. I love doing crossword puzzles and other word puzzles. I do the New York Times crossword puzzle every day, and then I've gotten into all their other puzzles too, the Wordle, the spelling bee, lots of options. I love to cook and I love to bake. Something I've been doing for many years now is entering recipes to Taste of Home magazine. This is one of mine that was recently published, which is a sausage and bean skillet with crispy plantains. I also enjoy sewing. This is one of the last things I made. It's a Christmas dress for my 10-year-old. And I also love to read. I read all genres, fiction and nonfiction. Those are two of my favorites from 2022. So the reading list is fiction, and it's a story of an older man and also a young, sort of young adult woman who work at a library, and she has given him this list of books to help him with the grief over the loss of his wife. It's really well written. It talks about how books change us and how we see the world. I loved it. And then something I read very recently is A Man of Iron, a biography of Grover Cleveland. And before you dismiss it out of hand and you're like, that sounds boring, this is one of the most engagingly written biographies. So interesting. It's really fascinating to see how politics is the same and different from the end of the 19th century to now, to see his life and what is, something that we would think is normal now and what isn't. And it's just also very funny. So yeah, I would absolutely recommend both of those books. So my professional and academic background, I went to BYU in Provo. I majored in social studies teaching and minored in French. I took Sociology 111. It was one of the courses required from my major, and I enjoyed it, but I didn't think it was going to, change everything I did. Fast forward a few years, and I did 2 things in the course of 1 year. The first thing I did is I went on study abroad. One of the professors was a sociology professor. So I got to know more about sociology, and also she really encouraged graduate school. So I started thinking seriously about that. And then the next semester, I took a class from a professor who was working for both the sociology department and the education department. And I got hired to be her research assistant. And between those 2 things, I really fell in love with sociology, with doing research, and with the idea that I was going to keep going to school and get my master's. This is the research project I did with that professor and my friend that I worked with on school choice in Salt Lake City. I turned my undergraduate research project into my master's thesis, looking at how school choice programs influence socioeconomic and racial stratification within a district. And then after I graduated, I actually had my oldest son, the 13-year-old, 3 days later. So I took a little bit of a pause with work and academics, but then I started working for BYU Idaho. I have been working for BYU Idaho for 11 and a half years now. I've taught a variety of sociology classes, and I do some other projects with online education with things like teacher support and training. And I love working here. I love working somewhere where we can talk about not just crime, but also repentance and the atonement. Um, I'm so excited to be able to talk specifically about crime and delinquency with you this semester. My passion for that comes with a passion for youth and helping to guide them. Many of you will work with youth at some point in your life, whether that's your own children. Many of you have career paths that are putting you to work with children. Many of you will have callings that work with children and youth. Many of you will work with children and youth in your communities. I've done all of those, and from those, I've seen the many ways that things we talk about this semester are incredibly important. And my excitement is for us to talk about those. And then my excitement is knowing that in your future, you guys can go and use those to bless the lives of the children and youth around you. So yeah, I'm so excited for this semester. I really look forward to meeting all of you and learning about the things that you love and you're interested in. And yeah, I think this will be a great semester. Thank you.